Hello, everybody.
Halftime, we're actually happy over here. Are we happy?
Woohoo!
You're really happy.
Yeah, I am, but you
Uh,
know why I'm.
Commanders up 22 to
Yeah,
7. This has not exactly been how I thought this game was going to go, but in a much more positive manner.
yeah, it's been totally dominated, I would say, by Washington.
Uh,
Um,
Utter domination. I mean, you are
yeah,
seeing. We had started the day thinking that Washington was
the Denton day.
an awful football team.
Mhm.
Well, now we're really seeing what an awful football team looks like because the Giants
Yes.
can't do anything against a defense that has been god awful this entire
Yeah.
season. I've been clapping in the bar. I didn't think I was going to be clapping in the bar.
About to say my hands are sore from all the clapping I've been doing, man.
I
mean,
mean, we're at Arnold Brewing here in Fairfax having a good time, and we've been getting a lot livelier than I thought we were going to get. Because
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be not a bloodbath, but I thought this was going to be a domination or a beat up from the Giants, and Jackson Dart was going to look like a Hall of Famer, and I mean he just threw a pick to Mikey Sanders still. Jackson Dart doesn't throw interceptions. That's one of like the nice things about him. He's only had 3 the entire
well, according
year.
to the chat, Jackson Dart understands the assignment of trying to secure that number 1 overall pick.
We better chill.
So get out of character a little bit. It'll be all right.
That number 1 overall pick's got to be Fernando Mendoza if he doesn't chill out. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. If you can't look good against this Washington defense, I don't know that you're going to have a job next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair assessment. Appreciate our producer in the chat.
Apparently, the mic wasn't close to the mouth. My bad.
Yeah, look, we're all coachable here.
What's the story with Noah Brown? I'm done with the Noah Brown experience.
Yeah.
That's what the story
I feel
is.
so bad for him. Maybe he doesn't drink milk. That's the only thing. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm cold in here, man. But no, this has been good. I would say there was a lot of positive in the first half. I'm excited about the Mikey Sanders still pick that we just saw before the half. Remember what we had said? These final 4 weeks are about, can certain guys establish, hey, I'm a trustworthy guy moving forward. I think Mikey Sanders still is making his case to be a starting outside corner. A name that most of the general public's not going to know has actually played his ass off today. Antonio Hamilton Sr., dude, has been really, really good, man.
He's made some plays.
He has. He gave up a catch
He wears
over the
number
middle.
34.
Yeah,
for those
34.
That don't know.
He's been really good, man. Like, he's had a couple of PBUs. He's been in phase. I think the whole defense has played well for the most part. Outside of the tackling has been kind of spotty from the man known formerly as our tribal chief. He's no longer my tribal chief.
The Ulafala has been passed to somebody else. I mean, Frankie
Whenever
Luvu,
you bring up the Ulafala, it gets me.
Frankie Luvu just has not. He has not been a great tackling guy this year, and he misses. There was one run. I mean, thankfully the Giants haven't broken a ton, but there was one run where he ran literally right past him, and I was like, does he know that he's supposed to be tackling the guy that is running the other way? Like, I don't know if he's aware of that. He just hasn't been. He has not been it.
Yeah,
but he was the one leading the shirt off bit that they were doing earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say, people are asking about Ben Sinnott in the chat. I don't have the official snap counts. I can't wait for that to come out tomorrow.
He's been thrown to once, but he was thrown to at his feet.
Yeah. John Bates, maybe the leading receiver on the day.
I think John Bates might be the leading receiver.
He may be. We'll have to double check that.
I'm
But
pulling numbers right now. No, Noah Brown is the leading receiver.
Oh, wow.
Noah Brown has 1 catch for 28 yards and then did not step back on the field.
Yeah, well, that's
which
pretty...
kind of like sums up the Noah Brown experience.
Yeah.
There's talent there, although route running I think needs to be worked on a little bit. But there's talent there for one play. You get one, like he will always live in our hearts. Noah Brown will, for the Hail Mary. But outside of that, there's not a lot there.
They just called Rob Gronkowski just called Bill Corey Krosky Smith. So he just that's not good. But the Ben Sinnott conversation there real quick. I predicted it to go as such. Like I thought they would throw the ball to Yankoff. Yankoff has gotten the most snaps when they're like he's been lined up in the slot a couple times. Like
they're just lining
they haven't
John
done that.
Bates now. Like John Bates is lined up outside more than Ben Sinnott has.
Yeah, I think they look at Ben Sinnott as like a fullback, H-back. He's like Kyle Juszczyk. And he's actually really good at fullback. Like he blocks people. He's physical. He's nasty. Like I would love drafting a second-round fullback is egregious.
I mean, that's like being really good at Latin in 2025. Like I can do this one thing really well. It's just a dying thing in society.
Pretty much.
I can play fullback really well. It's just in 2025 nobody has a fullback.
they do need to do a better job of getting and leaning into that part of their offense. I was saying it during the week, Denton. They go under center at the lowest rate in the NFL. I want that to be something that changes. Yeah, second round fullback is wild. I totally agree. Um, they go under center at the lowest rate in the league. In this final 4 weeks, like I want to see them like install a under center offense and evolve on it each week and treat it preseason esque.
Right.
You know,
like this is the actual preseason for 2026
Yeah.
for the guys
spring ball.
that are going to be here. By the way, a guy that we have been waiting to see some big plays for, Jalen Lane's been huge today.
Yes.
He had that punt return touchdown. He almost broke another one.
Right.
So he's had two really good returns. One of them went for a touchdown. We were kind of hesitant. There was a flag on the play. Obviously, that flag was on the Giants, so the touchdown counted.
Yeah.
But he's been really good. He has two returns for 83 yards and a score. So a 63-yarder and a 20-yarder. You need that. So
Yeah.
I'm like really happy to see Jalen Lane. And I'll tell you what, man, like once he gets in the open field, he has runaway
He's
speed.
a blur, man. Yeah.
Like he's legitimately running away from the defense, where some guys just kind of fend the defense off for a little bit. He runs away from guys. It's really, really impressive. So I like that he got in the opportunity and he took advantage of it.
Yeah. I love that about him. I want to see him on the tunnel screen game, man. Like I'm like they can't find a way to get him the ball on offense.
We can't catch very well.
He's but he's so fast. Like end around, jet sweep. That's kind of what I got. J God in the midst.
He was open on the throw that Mariota made, but Mariota was late.
It was a good route too.
Yeah,
really
good route, good backyard football route
he like
too.
Snapped it off at the top. Yeah.
He sees my quarterback needs help. I'm going to run, but
Yep.
Mario didn't see him in time. He waits 2 seconds, and the defense gets back. You got to overthrow it. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, we got to get Jalen Lane catching the football more. I agree with everybody on that. Larry Tunsil went down. Probably aren't going to see him the rest of the way. There's something else that I saw on Twitter. If Tunsil gets shut down, do you shut Jaden down? And I was like, stop giving us cop-outs, man. Like, and the answer would probably – the responsible answer may be yes. I'm not in the world of being responsible when it comes to Jaden. I just want to see him play. But if he does get shut down, and Brandon Coleman's played well here in relief, it feels like, do you dangle the Larry Tunsil carrot out there for a second or a late first?
He's played well. I mean, if you can get another first round, that'd be fantastic. He's played well. If you could play, high-level tackle into your late 30s.
Yes.
You can get to 37, 38 and still be playing that position decently well. Now, like your hands are going to be all sorts of messed up, but from an athletic standpoint, you can still be good at that position. So you might be able to get something back in return should you decide to go that way.
Yeah.
I will say Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt looks really good outside of the fumbles. He still has a fumble problem. Like, he has now a legit fumble problem because the fumble that took place was a pretty normal NFL tackle. A guy just got a helmet on his arm, it looked like. It didn't even look like it was a helmet on the ball. Thank God for Josh Connolly, who's like a fumble magnet. He recovered one that Marcus had. He recovered one that Bill had. But the Bill fumble situation, like, that's a real thing. And, we're sitting in this bar here, and he'd made a couple good plays, had that touchdown run, which was very nice. And we turned to each other and we're just like, please don't fumble today.
Yeah, no.
Please don't fumble today. And then literally the next offensive possession, he fumbles.
Yeah. It's really the only thing holding him back, man. I think you hit it. Like, the speed is there. You see the burst. I got T. Rome says the explosiveness. Like, that's probably the best word I would use to describe it, man. There's the decisiveness that he runs with. I just think it's hard to gallop the way you really want to when you're worried about keeping 2 hands on the football. So hopefully it doesn't change the style too much, but
they got to leave him in New York for a day, send him to the studios at WFAN, and just hang out with Tiki Barber.
All day.
Tiki Barber had that massive fumble issue, and then they just said, hey, hold it up here and hold it tight as hell. Yeah. He just needs to hang out with Tiki Barber for like a day.
Because that's really the only issue. Well, the pass pro thing is the thing, too. But remember, he's a 7th-round pick. So, like, let's not go too crazy on him. I'm happy that he's coming back next year. I want to see what he looks like with a full offseason, getting stronger, getting faster maybe. Chris Rodriguez went and worked on his speed. He got faster. So I'm excited, man, to see it. There's been a lot of good stuff overall, I would say, in the first half. And I'm happy, more importantly, that they're competing the way that they are.
Yeah, New York sucks. Yeah, they're not a good football team, and they're showing that. So, like, Washington, as we think that Washington sucks, and they have played really bad at stretches, but there's, like, a different level of just having a bad year and, like, legitimately being a bad football team, and the Giants are a legitimately bad football team, whereas Washington is just having a bad year. Some first-half numbers. Marcus Mariota, 80 yards, 5 of 11. No touchdowns, no picks, 1 sack. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is averaging 7.5 yards a carry.
Jeez.
8 carries, 60 yards, a long of 16. So it's not like it's one carry that did the heavy lifting there. And he has the lone offensive touchdown. Noah Brown has 1 catch for 28 yards. That's a leading receiver. John Bates has 1 catch for 19 yards. Terry has 1 catch for 3. Debo 1 for 14. Debo has a couple of drops on the day, and I'd be noticing that.
Yeah.
Like the hands they're not there.
They're inconsistent.
They're inconsistent's a much nicer word.
Yeah.
Much nicer word. If you look at the numbers for the Giants, offensively they suck. They're going to get the ball to start. Dart 7 of 16 for 71 yards in that pick to Mikey Sanders. So that's his 4th of the year. Tyrone Tracy's 8 carries for 38 yards. They can't manufacture a whole lot of consistent offense against a defense that made J.J. McCarthy look like Joe Montana last week.
Yeah, I think the Giants' problem, I would be leaning more into Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. Washington's run defense hasn't been particularly great today, but they've gotten some penalties that have forced them out of the run on some of these drives. But I think overall, you got to be pleased. At least we know, or do we know? That's what I was saying when we were talking about this pregame. I wish this game didn't exist on the schedule. Because, any good thing that I see today, can I legitimately store it and bank it and say that it's real? No.
It's because the Giants suck.
So, that's my,
That's how we got caught up, because they played those early games against the Giants and Raiders.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, they played really well against these teams, and then, those teams actually just suck.
Pretty much. We'll see, though, man. I think it's very interesting that, that certain guys have played well here. Antonio Hamilton. We saw Tyler Owens come in on a blitz and nearly get a sack. It's interesting, man. I feel like this group and who's playing here this afternoon, everyone's committed, everyone's invested, and I think that's good for Dan Quinn. I remember the conversation we had pregame with Grant. Would this be a situation where he maybe loses the locker room? I don't think it's that type of deal.
So. No. Let me see. I don't know if they gave Vaughn the official sack. I see someone talking about Vaughn.
Yeah.
They did. So they gave Vaughn that sack. I thought the way that it looked, he was going to get half a sack and Duran was going to get half.
Yeah.
So Vaughn did get that sack, which means he's now 1 away from joining the top 10 of all-time leading sackers in NFL history. So that's something to keep an eye on if you're just looking for fun little stories for the remainder of the year on what is really a lost season. He's 1 away from joining the top 10. And he joined us a couple of weeks ago when we were sitting in for the Junkies talking about how that's one of his driving forces.
Right.
So the fact that he's getting closer to that, I think, is cool. I'm glad they gave him that sack. He's also been beating up on the right tackle.
Yeah, Duran and Luminor having a rough day. I just think with him, what is it now, 7 sacks on the year?
7 sacks on the year.
Imagine if he gets the double-digit sacks.
At 36.
Like that.
It'd be crazy.
I would want to bring him back.
If you're going
as a rotational guy,
if you're going to draft an edge too, like a young edge, you think could be
who
like a
better
legit
to learn
badass,
from?
Bring Von Miller back.
And where did Vaughn go? A&M.
He went to A&M.
And there's a certain somebody out at A&M that's
They got a couple guys. They got a Texas Tech guy that's pretty good. They got the Ohio State guy is pretty good. These guys sitting and learning from Von Miller is not the worst thing in the world, especially if he can still play a little bit. All right, second half about to get underway. We will be back for the post-game show. If the Giants don't score here, this game is over. And